medicine means that you are going to have the tools to find the right treatment for each patient. So it implies that we are moving away from the one-size-fits-all. And the concept is fantastic, and there have been very important improvements in the past few years in our understanding of the differences between the cancers. Even if they look the same under the microscope, we can go deeper, we can look at the genes, we can see that there are very important differences between patients. In my opinion, we are not going to be able to deliver precision medicine for another decade, because it's a lot more complicated than we think, and there is a lot of research that will need to be put into that, and so it's a little bit frustrating sometimes to see everybody talking about that, because patients start to believe that it is there in front of the door, and I don't think it's the case. So what we heard today are the interesting results of trials with novel drugs. We call them targeted drugs because we know where they, in principle, act in the cancer cell or in the environment. But this is not precision medicine, because in fact, in none of the trials presented today, we heard about biomarkers. So we clearly could see today that there is a benefit from a new drug, but we don't know who are the patients who benefit. So that's a first problem we have today. The development of biomarkers is very slow. And the second problem is, of course, the big cost, the cost of these agents, which is important. And that also means that indeed, unfortunately, these new drugs will not be affordable to all the EU citizens. Well, there are trials like that already running in Europe. Some countries are a little bit more advanced than others. For example, France is running a number of interesting studies, and we will hear the results in the next 2-3 years. For example, there is a trial in France where patients with breast cancer, advanced breast cancer, start with chemotherapy, and then if the disease is under control, there is a random allocation to either looking at the molecular aberrations in the tumor and giving to the patient a drug that matches the molecular aberration, or simply going on with standard treatment. So these trials are going to be important to see whether this new approach is really impacting on the survival of patients. But we have to wait a little longer.